Hello, everyone. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real, the only way to be. So we're going to get into this topic, and it's an update on Handyman admits to stabbing NYC mom and stuffing body in her son's duffel bag. What I'm hearing is that she was in an off-and-on relationship with this handyman for at least about 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not good. This is not cool. You was cheating on your husband, and now look what happened. You know, stuff like this happens when you go out here and start cheating on your spouse. That's not good at all. Oh, welcome, DOD. Welcome, peace and blessings to you. Now, you can't be over here cheating on your spouse. You're married, you made a commitment to the Lord, and she's over here cheating with this handyman. So he done lost his mind. Just like I said, Nikki Justice, Huggins, and Mod on deck. And also tonight I have my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. So we're gonna get in this, and Jack and I was talking about this kid. He was like, what could have happened? It was so many things. We trying to figure out this guy walking down the block with the duffel bag, the duffel bag. See right here? And in the picture, it looked like it's kind of like a midget or a short person. Well, he is kind of short, whatever it is, right? Trying to figure out, dumps the body on the side of the road. This is insane, right? But then they realized, they said, well, he didn't break into the home. It had to be somebody she knew. These are her 2 boys and everything. And the husband was away with the oldest son, I guess, with college or something like that. I'm not quite sure, whatever. I'm going to read a little bit of an article. Then I'm going to show some clips. And I'm going to also talk about Mike Tyson. Then I'm also going to talk about some deranged, crazy guy who stabbed this woman and killed her on Facebook. So it's a couple other topics. But my channel is about dating, love, relationship, and toxic relationships. And I touch into true crimes. Why do I touch in it? It's a teaching tool to help people to date smart and not thirsty. But we're going to talk about Blondie right here. Why were you cheating on your husband like that? And then they also said that she was in contact with 2 other men. So I guess a handyman and then 2 other men. Were you cheating on your husband like that? You just had like a list of men? This is insane. And I really feel sorry for the husband, because this is emotionally stressing, embarrassing. Your kids. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to bury her, but you have to do it because of your children. I mean, the emotions this man must be going through. Oh my God. My prayers to you. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article we're going to talk about. So here is the guy, the handyman that she was cheating with. Yeah. All right. So let me just greet the people that's walking in here real quick. All right. I greet DOD. Got my purple hearts. Nikki Justice on the run. All right. And there go my host tonight, Jack. All right. And is it Nisa? I hope I pronounced it right. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you here tonight. All right. And Nikki says, I thought the husband did it. Yeah, I was thinking too. I didn't know it could be the husband, maybe the son. Don't know. It was just so strange what was happening, because it's such a nice area. It's like, are you kidding me? It shouldn't happen. And that's why a lot of the neighbors was upset. They was like, wow, what's going on in our area? This kind of stuff doesn't happen. Exactly, Nisha. Wow. Just get a divorce. And let me tell you something about her. What I don't like, the fact that she was able to stay at home. This is a great thing when you have a husband or who's a good provider, that you don't have to work. You can stay at home and take care of the kids. So she was at home wife. Her job was to take care of the kids and take care of the home. But instead, while he's over here, her husband busting his butt to put a roof over the head, food on the table, she over here banging the handyman. I know we're not supposed to talk ill about the dead. That's wrong and everything. And there's 3 sides to every story. I never broke bread with them. I don't know. But what we do know, she was cheating on her husband.
Hold on. What's wrong with speaking ill of the dead? Ain't like they're going to come back and get you.
What? Don't they say you're not supposed to do that, Jeff?
Shoot, that's what they say, but they do it all the time.
You're so welcome, Nisa. And what's it here? Who is the house? You know what, Nikki? I couldn't understand. That's another thing. He does look like Howard Stern.
Nikki, he looks like the Mexican Howard Stern.
Oh my gosh. Tonight, everyone, and hugs and kisses, Teresa. And thank you for everybody who's being at the premiere earlier. But I had to do this update because I was like, this is just crazy. Then talk a little bit about Mike Tyson and another crime too. All right. Don't need a man. Stop telling me I do hugs and kisses. Oh, I got a lot of mods on deck. This is good. This is good. We mod tight over here. All right. Nikki says that handyman wouldn't have taken care of her. That's what I'm saying. You went down from your husband living in $1 million house, Nikki. You don't have to work. He's provided for you and the children, and you downgrade mess around with this dog handyman? Are you
She
kidding
would
me?
have got a divorce and got half, and would have took care of the handyman.
I ain't taking care of no man. All right, now here we go. Okay, and let me see. I want to get into this because I promise y'all I wasn't gonna keep y'all forever. Thank you for my purple hearts. Now, you know, Miss, why did you do this? You had yourself a good man. All right, let me just read this little article. I'm just gonna read a little bit of this article if I can, the best that I can here, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, this came in the Sun, U.S. Sun, and this came out April 21st. Today. All right, so 2022. Gruesome killing. David Bonella, I can't pronounce his name, stuffed or Sella, that's her, body into her son's bag and went to the hospital for his own injuries before arrest. A man allegedly stuffed the body of a mom into her own son's hockey bag and reportedly went to the hospital to treat his injuries before he was arrested. David, that's the killer. David, 44, has been charged with the murder of this lady, 51. After confessing to the gruesome killing, Amit claims the pair had an affair for 2 years off and on. So you've been banging this guy for 2 years off and on. Right there under your. So this man's been coming to the house, fixing stuff, smiling in your husband's face, and this man is sleeping with you. Oh God, I can't even talk. All right, let me resume. David, 44. All right, let me skip here. Let me see what else. They got anything else here to say? Okay. Blondie here was allegedly murdered in the early hours of Saturday in the basement of her $2 million home in Queens. After returning from a night out following David, this monster right here, arrest, people revealed shocking information about what had happened in the roundup to Blondie's death. David, a handyman, showed up to her house, and the two argued before the allegedly murdered her in her own basement. He allegedly told officers that he's been having an affair with her and admitted to having an argument with her before the brutal stabbing. Images shows in the press conference illustrates the weapon that was used to kill the mom, a kitchen knife. I'm going to show you the press conference, so y'all just hang in there. All right. The married mother of two, who originally hailed from Hungary, okay, was stabbed nearly 60 times, suffering dozens of wounds in her neck, torso, and left arm. Following her murder, the killer was seen wheeling her body through the neighborhood in a black hockey bag at 4:30 a.m. Saturday before discarding it in the middle of the sidewalk about 9 blocks away. Police later revealed that the hockey bag belongs to her son. After the bag was found, the police discovered a jacket believed to be worn by David, as well as boots, a t-shirt, and bloody bandages. Okay, I'm not gonna read no more of this one here. Okay, enough of this reading here. I'm gonna get ready to show you the next clip here. Anybody who's coming in, please hit the like, and also share your thoughts and opinions, and I'll read the rest of your comments. But let me share the screen. Which one's the first one I'm gonna show? This is insane. See, you should be cheating on your husband like that. God dang. Okay. Let me pause the music, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, moving so slow here.
Basically, she was hungry for cucumbers.
You see, let's be nice, okay? Let's try to be nice.
I am. I'm being nice. I'm being nice. I'm being nice as Nancy.
I know she shouldn't be cheating on her husband. Like, see what happened?
Well, hey, her husband's free to do whatever he wants now.
Yeah, and I hope he finds himself a good woman that's caring and loving and be a great a stepmother, because they deserve it. Cheating on your husband like that. All right, let me give you a play the clip.
Police have made an arrest in the murder of a Queens mother whose body was found stuffed in a duffel bag Saturday morning. Antoine Lewis is live in Forest Hills, Queens, where police just detailed more information about the suspect. Antoine, what do we know?
Well, we can tell you about this activity behind me in just a moment because the news conference just wrapped up literally a few minutes ago. But let's show you the suspect in question as we also
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Everything just got fooey. Just hang in here. Let me fix this.
In the murder of a Queens mother whose body was found stuffed in a duffel bag Saturday morning. Antoine Lewis is live in Forest Hills, Queens, where police just detailed more information about the suspect. Antoine, what do we know?
Well, we can tell you about this activity behind me in just a moment because the news conference just wrapped up literally a few minutes ago. But let's show you the suspect in question as we also try to fill in some of the blanks that have been part of this story since about a week or so since it all began. So police have identified the suspect as David Manola, saying that he is the person responsible for the death of Rosolia Gall. He is 44 years old with the last known address in Queens. Now, police say that he and the victim were having an off and on relationship for about 2 years and that she tried to end it. This is information just coming out of the news conference. Now, let's show you more about this story. Manola is accused of murdering 51-year-old Rosolia Gall, the Forest Hills wife and mother of two. Gall's body was found early Saturday morning, stuffed in a duffel bag on Metropolitan Avenue underneath the Jackie Robinson Parkway. A trail of blood led detectives back to Rosolia Gall's home, which is about 9 blocks from where the body was discovered. The medical examiner says that she died from multiple sharp force injuries to the neck. Police say that she was stabbed about 50 to 60 times with a knife they believe that was inside the house, one of the home's cutlery that was there. Police say that she had been out earlier that evening here in Forest Hills. She got home after midnight, had been in contact with Manola, who arrived to the house a little bit later. Here's the rest.
A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement. A knife is brandished. A violent struggle ensues, resulting in our victim being stabbed ruthlessly and brutally in excess of 55 times, causing her demise.
And again, police say that after that, he put Gall's body into a bag about 9 to 10 blocks away from the home. The police say that he dragged it to that spot, again, Metropolitan Avenue underneath the Jackie Robinson Parkway. For the journalist, Scott Pierce is giving you a look at the very front entrance of the 112, the 112th precinct here, because at some point, the suspect, Manola, is expected to be walked and then taken to central booking. And let's tell you what he's charged with. Right now, he's facing charges of murder, criminal tampering, and criminal possession of a weapon. Again, 44 years old, last known address here in Queens. Police believe that he has been in the country from Mexico for about 21 years. This is the very latest. We'll have more on our website, of course.
Told you.
Report is coming up today at 5 o'clock.
Yep. Well, Donna, if you're there. But
Okay, I had to cut
I
the
told y'all he was the Mexican Howard Stern.
And who was that said, yeah, 2 years, that's a long time. Hey, Renee, hugs and kisses. 2 years is a long time off and on. There was some feelings that was getting attached, and he was like, oh, hell no. So she probably was telling him that night it was over, or maybe she told him beforehand, and he followed her, he watched her, because she was at I wish I could find the clip, because she was at some bar, I guess like a local bar, whatever. And the guy, the bartender or the owner or something, said he remember her being there. Sometimes she comes there with her girlfriends, but she did come alone that night. But she was very cheerful. Everything was fine. And then she had left. But he didn't know as he passed by that duffel bag, he said after closing up, he saw that duffel, he thought it was weird, but didn't know that was her body in there. What a shame. All right, let me show you another clip, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this one here, if I'm correct, is the press conference. Let's see what today's press conference, what happened. All right, hold a second. Let me find it.
Good morning, everybody.
This is the press conference today.
Chief Detectives, New York City Police Department. With me here today is from Patrol Services Bureau, Chief Carlos Valdez from Queens North, Commanding Officer to 112, Inspector Joe Kappelman, the Assistant Chief Joe Kenny, the Citywide Investigation Chief, Julie Morell, the Queens Investigation Chief, who led this investigation, Lieutenant Timmy Thompson from Queens North Homicide, the two case detectives, Detective Carmine Caruso from Queens North Homicide, and Detective John Benzoil from the 112 Precinct Detective Squad. So, good morning, everybody. Last night, while detectives were canvassing for video, they observed a male who was wanted for questioning in a horrendous homicide. He voluntarily came back to the 112 precinct and made incriminating statements. Today, that male, David Bonella, male, 44 years old, residing at 10418 114th Street in Queens, New York, is being charged with murder in the second degree, criminal tampering in the first degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree in relation to the death of Orsolia Gal, female, 51 years old. This investigation is still preliminary. There is a lot of work left to do, but this is what I can tell you. On Friday night, April 15th, Miss Gal attends a show at Lincoln Center. She takes the train back to her neighborhood in Forest Hills. At 11:20 p.m., she stops in a local establishment for a short while before returning home. We believe she returns home at 12:20 a.m. We also believe Mr. Bonella arrives at her residence between 12:30 and 12:40 a.m. Mr. Bonella is a handyman who was employed by Mrs. Gal. They have been having an intimate affair for approximately 2 years. He is either let in voluntarily or he uses a key he has knowledge about hidden in the barbecue. A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement. A knife is brandished. A violent struggle ensues, resulting in our victim being stabbed ruthlessly and brutally in excess of 55 times, causing her demise. Recovered at that crime scene is a knife, which we believe was used. Mr. Bonella then retrieved a hockey bag belonging to Miss Gal's son, placed her in the bag, and as video showed, was seen rolling the body down the sidewalks, leaving a bloody trail through the streets of Forest Hills. At 7:50 a.m. Saturday, April 16th, that duffel bag was recovered at Metropolitan Avenue and the Jackie Robinson Parkway by a member of the public. We believe that after disposing of the body, Mr. Bonella fled through Forest Park, where investigators discovered the jacket believed to be worn by him during this vicious crime. Detectives also developed leads which led them to a location where boots, a t-shirt, and bloody bandages were discovered. Investigation also revealed that on Saturday, Mr. Bonella received treatment for wounds to both hands at an area hospital. As I said before, this case is still ongoing. We are still awaiting forensics evidence and are canvassing for more victim video as we speak. But detectives, through interviews, videos, and the public's help, and specifically the Queens DA, Melinda Katz and her staff, who have been with us every step of the way, were able to quickly take this killer off the street. I just want to assure the public, and especially the residents of Forest Hills, that there are no outstanding suspects at this time. With that, I'd like to take any questions.
Talk about the suspect's background. Has he been arrested before in the system for anything domestic?
At this time, he has no arrests that we know of.
Juliet, hold on, ma'am, hold on. Juliet.
Could you talk a little more about the nature of the relationship? Was this something that wasn't, was she rejecting him? Why were they getting into the argument at all?
This is Lieutenant Timmy Thompson from the Queens North Homicide Squad.
Good afternoon, everybody. We believe the relationship that the Mr. Bonella had with our victim was a intimate type relationship, and this stemmed to be a domestic type dispute that they were having. Over their intimate relationship, they started to get into just regular domestic issues that seemed to occur between them.
Was he living at that house at any point in time, living in the basement?
At this time, not that we know of.
And also, do you happen to know, was this ongoing work that he was doing at the house? Was he there? Like, how often was he there?
He has been doing work at that residence for approximately 2 years on and off.
John.
Chief, did he confess? And did he say why he did it? Did he give a motive of why he did it?
I mean, he made incriminating statements. We're not going to go into what he talked about. This is still under investigation. But we, working with the Queens District Attorney's Office, we have enough to arrest him and charge him with the murder.
Chief, were they breaking up, and what about the son upstairs? Was he alerted to this? Is that why he fled quickly with the duffel bag?
First question first. I'm sorry, you said, were they breaking up? They had been off and on, and they had broken up prior, but had reunited early in the month of April. And
oh, really?
Their relationship was considered at an end.
By her. By her.
We don't have her statement, ma'am.
Can you talk a bit about the alleged text messages that came to her husband who was out of town? Did he indeed get a message, and was it threatening in nature?
A message was sent from the victim's cell phone to the husband. That message was, as previously reported, that there had been a crime in the past that was now that same person from the crime in the past was back again. We believe that to be completely false, as far as there was nothing to do with any crime in the past in this case.
Yeah, that text
We have
message
it
was just
from-
so bogus.
in-
I
in
knew
the
something wasn't
confession
right.
that he sent that message, and he has no burglary in the past.
I'm sorry, that the family, the rest of your family is in danger. That was the nature of the message. You understand? That the rest of the family was in danger.
That is the nature of the message.
Back here.
We don't believe there was any danger to the family.
Any information on why he dragged the body out of the duffel bag? Because it was like such a sloppy.
We believe he just didn't want it to be found by the family.
Right away.
The knife, did he bring the knife to the house or was the knife in the home?
The knife is consistent with knives that are in the home.
Tony?
Detective Thompson, the relationship, there's a report that it may have started while she went on an overseas trip and met the defendant overseas. Any truth to that?
So at this time, we don't believe that to be true.
Antoine?
Chief, or maybe Ms. Julie, do we know if the husband was aware of the relationship, if it's 2 years ago, between his wife and the suspect? We're not gonna get it.
We're not.
Mark? Was the handyman, did the husband know the handyman? What does he know to the family?
Yes, he was.
Right here.
Hi, so I just wanted to clarify one thing you said. You said they were on and off, but they had reunited in April, but now it was at an end. So are we saying that they had broken up or that they were together?
As we stated earlier, on and off, and he came back this evening to speak about the relationship again.
Rocco? Chief, the duffel bag in question, does he go into the son's room to get it? At any point, is the son woken up or aware of what's going on?
The duffel bag was not kept in the son's room.
So, and the son slept throughout? This is not an instance where the son interrupted what was going on?
The son did not interrupt what was going on.
We're gonna take two more. Ricardo?
I think they said the son was sleeping or something.
He is
I
a
can speak to that.
Mexican.
So we preliminarily, part of our investigation, we believe he arrived here approximately 21 years ago, and we believe he came from Mexico.
Right here?
Was he a legal resident here? Did he come here legally? And my second question is, before this happened, was she followed from the bar or the establishment that she was at beforehand? Was she followed legally by him?
So we're not gonna get into his immigration status?
We don't believe he's followed. No, we don't believe he's followed. As this is, he has a relationship for her for 2 years. He knows where she lives. He's very familiar with the layout of the house in terms of the duffel bag also.
Last question, Juliet.
Very familiar with the layout.
Inside the house waiting for her, and then how did it end up going into the basement?
You see that slick stuff, Donna?
He was not in the house.
What?
She
What?
returns home
I
at
missed
12
it.
The report, the one, I guess the people caught it. They try to make it look like
30 and 12.
he was just some random
They
guy.
go down to the basement.
Oh, because they so low, I
Yeah.
can't
The son's
listen.
upstairs. Could be
Damn
any
devils.
reason such as that.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
guys, thank you, everyone. These photos will be sent out, right? Yeah, I'll hold on to it. Chief, I'll hold on to it. I'll give it to them.
Thanks, Billy. Good job.
Hold on a second, hold on.
Chief's name.
I'll hold it up to you guys.
Billy Morrell.
Tony, where are you?
Yeah.
Over here.
She's a Queens detective.
Reporter, stand by.
Morel is M-O-R.
ELL? I have to check that.
Chief.
Based on letting them out.
Is it split in half or not?
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be one more, but anyway, that's it. Hey.
I have a question. I wanted to ask.
I think that's it. Nothing else to show in that one. I'm going to show another clip. And hopefully this is the clip that I want. think it should show him. So we get ready to see this one. 2 years, Jack. Off and on. God, dog. All up in this man's house that he provide for his family, and she's sitting there banging a handyman. Just not right. Just not right.
The Mexican Howard Stern.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to show you another clip. And then we're gonna get into this crazy guy in Louisiana. Whoo boy.
Last night, while detectives were canvassing for video, they observed a male who was wanted for questioning in a horrendous homicide. He voluntarily came back to the 112 precinct and made incriminating statements. Today, that male, David Bonella, male, 44 years old, residing at 10418 114th Street in Queens, New York, is being charged with murder in the second degree, criminal tampering in the first degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree in relation to the death of Orsolia Gal, female, 51 years old. This investigation is still preliminary. There is a lot of work left to do, but this is what I can tell you. On Friday night, April 15th, Miss Gal attends a show at Lincoln Center. She takes the train back to her neighborhood in Forest Hills. At 11:20 p.m., she stops in a local establishment for a short while before returning home. We believe she returns home at 12:20 a.m. We also believe Mr. Bonella arrives at her residence between 12:30 and 12:40 a.m. Mr. Bonella is a handyman who was employed by Mrs. Gal. They have been having an intimate affair for approximately 2 years. He is either let in voluntarily or he uses a key he has knowledge about hidden in the barbecue. A heated argument ensues between the two in the basement.
Jack, did you see that little post that's your eyes of love? Did you see what he said to her?
Yeah, he was seducing her.
He was in love with her.
Yeah, and also she was in love with him because she kept swinging on that man for 2 years.
2 years.
Kept popping on that cucumber for 2 years.
In your husband's home like that. This man
all over the place, in the couch, in the bed, probably at the son's bed too, on the carpet, in the garage, in the basement.
No, God damn. I resume.
Basement. A knife is brandished. A violent struggle ensues, resulting in our victim being stabbed ruthlessly and brutally in excess of 55 times, causing her demise. Mr. Bonella then retrieved a hockey bag belonging to Miss Gal's son, placed her in the bag, and as video showed, was seen rolling the body down the sidewalks, leaving a bloody trail through the streets of Forest Hills. At 7:50 a.m. Saturday, April 16th, that duffel bag was recovered at Metropolitan Avenue and the Jackie Robinson Parkway by a member of the public. We believe that after disposing of the body, Mr. Bonella fled through Forest Park, where investigators discovered the jacket believed to be worn by him during this vicious crime.
I guess it was for
also developed leads which led them to a location where boots, a t-shirt, and bloody bandages were discovered. Investigation also revealed that on Saturday, Mr. Bonella received treatment for wounds to both hands at an area hospital.
Sorry, you said, were they breaking up? They had been off and on, and they had broken up prior, but had reunited early in the month of April. And their relationship.
They send love notes to each other. This is not your husband.
How to stop buffering issues.
You see a little love notes? Jeez. Not good. I really feel sorry for the husband. And I really
Yeah,
feel sorry for
he'll
those
be all
people.
right. He'll be all right at the funeral. He'll be all right.
I hope so. Find yourself a good woman that's loyal and faithful.
Good
And
and younger.
Why has it got to be younger, Jack? What's up with that? What
10 years younger. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What you
Oh,
talking
they'll be
about?
trifling too. Look at what you call is going through, messing with this young ass blonde hair and blue eyes.
Okay.
Now Johnny Depp is sitting up in the courthouse. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna get into
fall
Johnny
back.
Depp about him.
Fall back.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm
I'm
saying? You gotta
just
be careful.
saying. What? But like I said, he has somebody around his age, and look what happened there.
Well, you know, the devil comes in pretty packages, all ages.
We understand that, but hopefully this person is this woman is loyal and faithful.
Well, yeah, I want nothing but the best for him. I don't know how he's doing that funeral, but like I said, you gotta think about the children. Because I just put it. If I was, I put it in a box and have a pastor pray over it, and that's it. I'm out of there. In my house, then the whole basement full of blood. You got to clean that up. Memories. Kids can't go downstairs think about their mom. Oh gosh. All right, so we're gonna get into this other trifling one right here. I'm just gonna put this page up here. All right, we got another one. This story here is we're gonna move on. In Louisiana, this guy's crazy. He fatally stabbed this woman, stabbed her, strangled her. I don't know, all kind of crazy stuff he did to her on the Facebook Live. What is up with people want to kill somebody? Got to put on live. They got to go live before you like that guy Rahi. Today is today. You know, you got a lot of nerves. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this little news clip and then I'll get into Mike Tyson. All right, give me a second. Let me share it. Oh, let me give people warning. This might be triggering for you. It might be a little too graphic, too violent. It might give you flashback because you know, a lot of people has been through, going through PTSD from domestic violence or narcissist abuse. So if you need to leave now, I completely understand. All right, but thank you for being here and thank you for hitting the like. I appreciate it. Now let me get into the video.
Stripped, bound, and unable to escape.
Please. Money guy.
Police say the woman in this video, which we've blurred, is Janice David. You can hear her begging.
Did he say money gang?
He choked her, he beat her, and he stabbed her.
And from there, he had her naked in the car.
Early Johnson.
But he said money gang. What the hell?
He took David's life in front of an audience inside of a car in Sherwood
Foolery.
Forest, stabbing her roughly 50 to 70 times, according to a source who asked to remain anonymous.
Apparently, they were involved in some drug usage together for a couple of days, and as end result, as you everyone has seen on Facebook Live, is very gruesome, very, very evil act.
At one point, over 200 people watched the live as comments scrolled across the screen saying WTF and OMG as David slowly started to fade away. You can see her hands tied together with cords and blood in her hair as Johnson Jr. mumbles nonsense to the spectators. Eventually, someone notifies Facebook, who turned to the police.
Someone saw the video, notified Facebook. Facebook then notified State Police. State Police notified EBR.
Hold on, pause that, Donna.
Investigation. They found the vehicle with the deceased inside the vehicle. They contacted us. We launched.
It took a person who happened to saw it to contact the police while everybody else was watching, not doing anything. That shows you how degrading of a society we have become. A bunch of degenerates that like to be entertained before they like to save people's lives.
Yeah, right. And I saw the video.
I wish there was a law to where you can lock them all up for being complicit.
Like that movie
Because she could have been saved right then and there if somebody would have did something faster instead of just watching and being entertained by this crap.
Mm-hmm. Just like that movie. Anybody put in the chat, did you ever see that movie Accused, a woman who was brutally raped in a bar? It was a true story. And who starred in it? Oh my gosh. She has blonde hair. What? She played in Silence of the Lamb. She starred in Silence of the Lamb. I can't say her name, but she starred in this movie called Accused. Let me know in the chat that y'all ever see that movie Accused. Just like what Jack's saying, that nobody say anything. They just, it's like entertaining to them. I resume.
Our investigation.
Johnson Jr. was already in police custody for suspected car thefts when authorities were notified of the alleged murder.
We interviewed him. He admitted to committing the killing. And then from there, as you see, we walked him out and he's now in police custody being charged with first-degree murder.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top story.
Okay, so him and the woman, I didn't get a chance to pull out the woman's picture, but I saw another video clip, and you see Marvin. You can see her; she was scared to death. You can see like she's kind of like, you could tell that she was naked. And he had her hands tied up to the steering wheel, just going crazy. And there was also another video. So I'm doing this kind of last minute. I didn't have this plan. I was just gonna do the premiere, but he also was told, I think he was threatening to he's gonna cut her up and all this, and he made a tape off of that, and then he ended up killing her. But they was on the drug binge for the past few days. See, ladies and gentlemen, it don't pay to do drugs and make you do some crazy stuff. The hell was she even doing?
Renee said Jodie Foster was the character.
Thank you. Yes, Jodie Foster. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Yep. She won her first. That's right. She did win the first Oscar for that movie. She played that movie well. Renee, that was an excellent movie. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna watch that over the weekend because I haven't seen it in a long time. But I think basically the point of the movie was saying how, like, when this woman was being, she was being raped and everything, and there was other people that was watching, they was thinking on like, F that, pump that, pump that, they was cheering it on. And it was like, hold up, you can't be doing stuff like that. So they all end up going to jail. Oh, it was just so sad. It's really a hard movie to watch. But
straight to the booty house where Felice Johnson awaits.
And I remember being a little girl hearing about that on the news. I was like, what? She was brutally what? I said, oh my gosh. And then when the movie came out, ooh. But I think they changed it up. It was on a ping pong machine when it happened to her, not a pool table. I don't know, whatever. But it did happen to her. And I'm glad all those people went down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very hard to watch, BG. But you know about that movie I'm talking about. Oh, yes. What a shame. All right, let's move on to Mike Tyson. This is crazy. Okay, let me get into showing a picture with the mic. All right, hold a second. Let me share it.
A crazy fight involving boxing legend Mike Tyson on board a flight that was about to take off from San Francisco. And CBS 2's Christine Lazar joins us now with video of what went down.
Another week, another unruly passenger, but this time he's famous, of course. And he throws a good punch.
Oh,
so that had to hurt. Now, according to TMZ, the incident went down around 10:30 last night as Mike Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco International Airport to Florida. A witness on the JetBlue flight says Tyson repeatedly punched a guy in the face after getting annoyed by him.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go.
Oh, then pause that, Donna.
The witness said at first Tyson took a selfie with the guy and kept his...
Blondie need to correct herself. Number one, he was harassed by this guy. He was not annoyed. He was harassed. So they need to check that.
The witness said at first Tyson took a selfie with the guy and kept his cool as the man's friend tried to talk to him. But once he had had enough of it, he asked the man to stop. And when the guy didn't, that's when Tyson reportedly started to throw several punches at the man's face before walking off the plane. Now, a photo obtained by TMZ shows the passenger's bloodied forehead. He reportedly received medical attention and went over what happened with the police. So far, there's been no comment on the incident from Tyson's camp or JetBlue. DeMarco?
It's almost like he was asking for it. All right, Christine.
Yeah, the earlier video you see, he really doesn't leave him alone. So,
Not at all.
You know, he is a boxer, but still not appropriate behavior.
Not at all. All right, Christine.
Now, when she said not appropriate behavior, who is she referring to? The boxer or the guy that was harassing him?
You know, I'm just sitting here thinking because this is my first time watching this full clip. Hold up. Let me play this.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Well, she didn't quite say. That's a good question because I was thinking too. Who are you talking about? Mike Tyson?
I hope she was talking about the harasser.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone. I mean, I don't care if he was a boxer. He's still a human being.
Wait a minute. What did not one man
Talking about that movie.
Oh, yeah, not one. Yeah, nobody stepped in to help. Now, the only man said it sounds like that story. I think wasn't in Pennsylvania where this woman was raped on the bus and they filmed it. Oh, Jack did commentary on that. You remember that one you did with the lady that was attacked in Pennsylvania? Was that your story you did? Remember? And everybody was videotaped. They didn't help her. She was
it might have been a while back.
Yeah, this was a while back. You had the commentary. I think that's the one. Don't man, he did do that. That was horrific. The same thing here. They sat there. Everybody put up their phones, videotape, and want to put it on World Star. Okay, BG says very similar. The accused with Kelly McGills as well. Yeah, she also played in Top Gun, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going way back. All right, right, Jack. He had the right to defend himself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure did have the right. Yep, sure did. Well, that was just all the clips I was going to show today. I just wanted to get in, to this lady. I wanted to do the update because I was like, that was crazy. When I heard the story, I was like, wait a minute, something just don't add up. You just killed her like that? They threw it in the dope ass like you had to be in that house. This wasn't no stranger. This was somebody that she knew, but who did it? And your son is in the house. At first, when I first heard the story, I kind of thought maybe the husband got something to do with it, but it wasn't the husband. But as time go by, they said, oh, well, she had 3 people that she called, three different guys. Like, what's going on? The handyman. All up in your house. My prayers to her husband and my prayers to the boys. And my prayers to that lady that died in that car with that crazy deranged guy. See, it don't pay to do drugs. You shouldn't have been hanging out with him. And this guy should have left Mike Tyson alone. He said, leave me alone. Took a picture of him. What else do you want? You look at the picture, it looked like he was kind of drunk anyway. He probably had a couple of drinks, get all arrogant and acting crazy, and then he got knocked out. So hopefully nothing happens to Mike Tyson. They won't press charges, because I'm just scared of due to the fact that when you're like a boxer and stuff, they look at you like your hands is considered to be deadly. So, it's just a mess. And I'm also, maybe this Sunday, I think I'm going to show some of this court of this Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Is anybody interested in that one? Because this is kind of interesting. I wanted to get into it, say that men get abused too. But he wanted that young woman. Look what happened. So I don't know why he's with the other woman that had 2 of your kids for 14 years.
She wanted that old man.
Yeah. Then she said, I'm tired of hanging on his old friends. It was some statement. Well, what do you expect? You just getting in your 30s and he pushing 50. What do you expect? Oh gosh, it's just a mess. But the court seemed to be very interesting. All right, so anybody has any questions, any thoughts, opinions, questions? And thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for engaging. Anybody have any questions? Oh, wait a second. If not, I'm going to end this. And also to the people that came to premiere, thank you for coming to the premiere earlier. And the ones who didn't, check it out. I had my videos about jealousy. Jealousy can ruin a relationship. Check it out and share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Okay, I think that's it. Jack, you have a closing thought here? You're so welcome.
No, just that I hope the husband, the now widow husband, can live his life, and his sons can live their lives, knowing that his wife and their mother was living a double life, and you reap what you sow, in that situation. But I hope he finds some peace, and he finds somebody that really wants him for him, and not just for the benefits, and then have the handyman of all people.
And let's not forget, Jack, there's other guys. So tell me, she got a
Yeah,
couple
there
of
was 2 other guys, but the police ain't really giving any details on that.
God, oh, she wasn't playing. And good night, Renee. Good night, Nisha. I hope I'm saying it right. I like your thumbnail. Nice smile. Very pretty smile. All right. Thank you everybody for being here, and stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real, the only way to be. And also at the end, if you can, share a little comments. Tell me what you think. This is really messed up. She's out there cheating like this. I just can't. Wow, I just couldn't. Oh, honey, I don't know if I could marry you. Trifling. What you thought? She was gonna leave her husband and kids to be with you? She gonna leave the $1 million house to be with you? You really thought so, huh?
She was the Hungarian
You know what? It's been 2 years. She probably put it in his head. You know what I'm saying? She could be narcissistic. She probably messed with this guy's head, thinking there was going to be a future. String him along all the time. Not saying it's right that he killed her, but there's more to this story. There's more to it. All right, I think that's enough here. I'm just talking so much. All right, everybody have yourselves a blessed night and a safe one. And stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real commentary, and I'm gonna get into that Johnny Depp Sunday.
All
Bye.
right. All right.